So if you need help, I have created a free stacking calculator that you can download. I will put it in the description after this video. For example, I do have a video of where I show you how to use the stacker calculator, and it'll show you exactly how many ounces that you need to accumulate over time based on your monthly budget. Now, it's important that you look at what your monthly budget is, to sit down and to write out what your monthly budget is, what you've got left over to be able to purchase your ounces of silver, for example. Look, we're living through, it's like history repeating itself. It really is. I'm going to be 60 in a couple of months, for example, and I've been through 3 recessions, and I class this as the 4th recession. Even though they really haven't said, look, we're in a recession. This is it. But yet, I'm sure we all can see the signs. I can. And I'm sure you can too. So ask yourself today, for example, how many ounces of silver are you currently holding at the moment? I'd love for you to really think about how many ounces of silver are you currently holding at the moment, and is it enough to protect your family's future? What do you think? So if you found this video valuable, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone that you feel that would benefit and that you care about, and hit the subscribe button so that you'll never miss a critical update in the silver and gold market. For example, check the links below for the stacking calculator, and also my recommendation for dealers to do with gold and silver, for example, and stack smart. That's one thing that you need to do, and I'm waiting to see you in the next video. But I really just want to quickly go through this with you, for example, with regards to your stacking of your silver, for example. Now, remember I spoke earlier on in the video saying how much silver, where I mentioned what your goal is. So think about, what is your goal? What is your emergency goal? The 3 to 6 months, for example, emergency buffer, 300 to 500 ounces, for example, of silver. Full year, living protection, 1,000 to 1,500 ounces of silver. And then if you are looking at wealth transfer, legacy planning, 2,500 to 5,000 ounces of silver. And then generational wealth strategy, you're looking at 10,000 ounces or more, for example. Whatever it is that you're able to afford. People are buying gold and silver, and even the silver deliveries are taking like a month, 6 weeks, for example, to arrive. So bear in mind, and then when you purchase, it's when they send it out to you, that is the price that you'll be paying. So just think about that, because the price could go up slightly, for example. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video today, and I really wanted to share this live with you today and to go through you building your growth. Yeah, one kilo of silver. Do you know something? It is so important, because we're missing out. We really are. People are buying silver like no one's business. But you know what? I've got a secret source. And what I do is, and I'm going to give you this information, if you can buy scrap gold or scrap silver, for example, but you need to make sure that you have tested it to make sure that it is real, for example, and that it does hold the trademarks, for example. Then you could even look and speak with, I'm going to put some links here for refinery companies, depending where you are in the world, but there are refining companies that will smelt your gold or silver that you collect. And remember, I've been speaking about doing scrap gold parties, silver parties, for example, where you get someone to host a party, they bring people to that party, you bring the wine, the chips, for example. When I say chips, I mean crisp. If you're in the UK, we say crisp. If you're in America, you say potato chips, peanuts, for example. And you then you look at what the spot price is, and then guess what? You then offer 30% less than the spot price, because it's old jewelry, broken jewelry, earring they've lost the other pair to it, for example, broken chain, for example. The list goes on. You really can do this, even though there could be a 4-week waiting list if you're going to order it online. I would go and visit your local dealer, for example. Go and visit them and see what they have to offer. I'm going to put a link here anyway, because you may not be able to get out to go and visit your local dealer, for example. But I'll put a link here of gold and silver bullion, for example, company, very reputable. It's JM Bullion, for example, very well known. And also, I'm going to put the silver and gold stacker calculator here for you to be able to really look at putting the gold or silver that you purchase, for example, and putting it on your stacker. Now, I've got a stacker that I showed you the other day where there's a percentage. How much percentage are you going to have of gold? Well, I would rather have all silver, or 10% gold and 90% silver, for example, because I really am expecting this silver to explode. So I'm sharing this with you because I'm seeing the gold and silver just going up in value, for example, on a daily basis. Even though we're facing tariffs, we're facing a lot of inflation, for example, but this is the way that you can beat it. This is the way that you can start building for your future. For example, even your retirement 10-year strategy. That's what I'm doing, and I'm going to share that with you as well, so that you can see, and we can do it together. We can build our own vault. We can build our own wealth. We can build our own silver and gold reserves. Don't leave it for the big companies, the government organizations to create your wealth. You create your wealth and start building it today, just by buying one silver coin at $30 an ounce, for example, for a silver coin. And imagine that silver coin is going to be worth, say, $100, and you've paid $35. So that is a massive growth plan, isn't it? You see, the recessions have always been there. It's nothing new apart from all of this. I mean, this tariff thing, that happened a long time ago, and it didn't do very well. But gold and silver still stands the test of time. It will always grow. It won't shrink. Even look, people are even worried about crypto, aren't they? Because of the stock market, etc. Your stocks, people are worried about that going down and down and down. So we've got to look at what is the best, strongest thing that we could have, and that is gold and silver. And silver is the most common sense one because of the price. And the experts are saying that eventually silver will meet gold. Even though it's the tortoise at the moment, silver will actually meet the gold, and we will get there. You just got to play that waiting game, because there's always a bull market between 7 to 12 years, for example. And I know it seems like a long time, but believe me, take it from me, I'm going into my 6-10 year. It goes fast. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's session. I look forward to giving you further trainings and further talks on gold and silver, and I'm going to be enjoyed it. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in your silver and gold. Are you building? Have you started, or are you just starting now? And check out my videos. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.